Achilles. The very name conjures images of an unstoppable warrior. His story, immortalized by Homer in the Iliad, has been told and retold for millennia. But behind the hero's gleaming armor lies a darker, more complex figure, a man driven by rage, pride, and a thirst for vengeance. Today, we delve into the dark side of Achilles, exploring the qualities that made him not only great, but also deeply flawed.
Are the stories about you true? They say your mother is an immortal goddess. They say you can't be killed.
Achilles was born to be extraordinary. The son of the mortal Peleus and the sea nymph Thetis, he was destined for greatness. Even as a child, he was known for his unmatched strength and speed. His mother, seeking to make him invulnerable, dipped him in the river Styx, holding him by his heel, thus creating his infamous Achilles heel. From that moment, his fate was sealed. He would be a nearly invincible warrior, but his life would be marked by a single fatal weakness. From a young age, Achilles exhibited a fierce determination and an insatiable drive to be the best. Trained by the centaur Chiron, he mastered the arts of war and developed a reputation for his extraordinary skills. He was not just a warrior, he was a demigod among men. But with this power came a darker side, a pride that bordered on arrogance and a wrath that knew no bounds. Thetis knew from a prophecy that Achilles had two possible fates. He could either live a long but uneventful life, or achieve eternal glory but die young in the Trojan War. Determined to save him from an early death, she took measures to keep him away from the battlefield. She sent Achilles to the island of Skyros, where he was disguised as a girl and hidden among the daughters of King Lycomedes. During his time on Skyros, Achilles lived in the women's quarters, concealing his true identity. However, this turns out to be a minor obstacle for the brilliant mind of Odysseus, who manages to find Achilles and convince him to take part in the Great War. One of the most defining aspects of Achilles' character is his unrelenting pride. This pride, while contributing to his greatness, also led to some of his darkest moments. When Agamemnon, the leader of the Greek forces, demanded Achilles' prize, the captive princess Briseis, Achilles' response was swift and furious. The conflict between Achilles and Agamemnon is a pivotal moment in the Iliad. After a plague sent by Apollo ravages the Greek camp, Agamemnon is forced to return his own war prize, the captive Chryses, to appease the god. Angered by this loss, Agamemnon demands compensation, and his eyes fall upon Briseis, Achilles' hard-won prize. Achilles, who prizes honor above all else, sees this as an unforgivable insult. The tension in the Greek camp reaches a boiling point as Achilles confronts Agamemnon.
Of all the warlords loved by the gods, I hate him the most.
Achilles' pride is deeply wounded by Agamemnon's actions. He feels betrayed and humiliated in front of the entire Greek army. In a fit of rage, Achilles nearly draws his sword to strike Agamemnon down, but is restrained by the goddess Athena, who urges him to control his anger. Her intervention prevents immediate bloodshed, but the damage is done. Achilles withdraws from the battle, vowing not to fight until Agamemnon makes amends.
Imagine a king who fights his own battles. Wouldn't that be a sight?
As the Greeks falter on the battlefield, the cost of Achilles' pride becomes painfully clear. His absence is felt keenly, and the Greek leaders plead with him to return. Yet Achilles remains unmoved, his sense of grievance overshadowing his duty to his comrades. This period of Achilles' absence from battle is a testament to the destructive power of pride and the way it can cloud judgment and endanger lives. Achilles' withdrawal also reveals a deeper, more introspective side of the hero. Isolated from the battle, he reflects on his place in the world and the nature of his own mortality. His inner conflict is palpable, torn between his desire for glory and his profound sense of betrayal. This introspection adds depth to his character, showing that even the mightiest of warriors are not immune to doubt and despair.
There are no pacts between lions and men.
Achilles showed little respect for sacred traditions and places. After killing Troilus, a young Trojan prince, some myths suggest that he defiled Apollo's temple where Troilus sought refuge. Such actions not only demonstrated his brutality, but also his disregard for the gods, setting the stage for his own eventual downfall. The turning point in Achilles' story comes with the death of his beloved companion, Patroclus. In an attempt to rally the Greek troops, Patroclus dons Achilles' armor and leads the charge against the Trojans. His bravery is unmatched, but he is ultimately slain by Hector, the greatest of the Trojan warriors. The news of Patroclus' death reaches Achilles, and it ignites a fire within him, a burning wrath that would reshape the course of the war. While Achilles did not kill Patroclus directly, his refusal to fight contributed to his friend's death. Patroclus entered the battlefield wearing Achilles' armor in an attempt to inspire the Greek troops and turn the tide of battle. His death at the hands of Hector was a direct result of Achilles' stubborn pride, making Achilles indirectly responsible for the loss of his closest companion. Achilles' wrath is legendary, and it is this unquenchable fury that drives him back into the fray. His grief over Patroclus' death transforms into a vengeful rage, and he becomes a force of nature on the battlefield. His killing spree is relentless and brutal, culminating in a dramatic confrontation with Hector outside the walls of Troy. Achilles' rage-fueled strength is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, showcasing the duality of his nature as both hero and monster. But why did the death of Patroclus unlock Achilles' wrath? Could it be that there was something more than friendship between them? While Homer's Iliad does not explicitly state that they were lovers, later authors and modern interpretations have explored this possibility. Ultimately, the nature of their relationship is left to the reader's interpretation, reflecting the enduring fascination with their bond and the richness of the mythological tradition. The duel between Achilles and Hector is one of the most iconic moments in the Iliad. It is a clash of titans, with Hector representing the nobility and valor of the Trojan cause, and Achilles embodying the raw, unstoppable power of the Greek forces. The outcome is inevitable. Achilles defeats Hector. But what happens next reveals the true darkness within Achilles. He desecrates Hector's body, dragging it behind his chariot around the walls of Troy. This act of desecration is not just a display of rage. It is a statement of Achilles' utter contempt for his enemies and a reflection of his own inner turmoil. Despite his heroism, Achilles struggles with his humanity. His anger blinds him to the principles of honor and respect that govern even the most brutal of wars. This dark side of Achilles is a critical aspect of his character, highlighting the thin line between heroism and monstrosity. In the aftermath of Hector's death, we witness one of the most poignant moments in the Iliad. King Priam, Hector's father, bravely enters Achilles' tent to beg for the return of his son's body. This act of humility and love moves Achilles in a way that nothing else has. For a moment, the veil of rage lifts, and we see Achilles as a man capable of empathy and sorrow. He agrees to return Hector's body, granting a moment of grace and humanity amid the brutality of war. This encounter with Priam reveals a crucial aspect of Achilles' character: the potential for redemption and the capacity for deep, personal reflection. Despite his pride and wrath, Achilles is not entirely consumed by darkness. His actions show that he is still capable of understanding and responding to the pain of others, offering a glimpse of the hero he could have been had he managed to overcome his darker impulses. Achilles' tale is a powerful exploration of the human condition. It challenges us to reflect on the nature of greatness and the costs of our ambitions. His strengths made him a hero, but it was his flaws that made him truly human. In the end, Achilles stands as a reminder that even the mightiest of heroes are not immune to the shadows that lie within. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.